Welcome back to the SpyParty Master Major League Season 2, Week 3 cast. My name is Wrestler, joined by Hornet, and today we have a second match in the Master Division between Max Snax versus Beanie.
Yeah, so this looks like a pretty fun matchup. I mean, both really solid players. I've seen Max be very active. I saw him in that Nebula's duo league with those kind of experimental setups, and he did really well in that. And yeah, Beanie's just kind of been one who's been fairly active, fairly strong. So yeah, two pretty solid Masters players, and let's go ahead and take a look at the scoreboard and see how the season's going so far.
I mean, unfortunately, unfortunately for both of them, thus far it's not been looking great. Both of them starting out with two losses right out of the gate, and whilst Beanie losing to Martini and Guggy in the first 2 weeks, 9-5 and 9-6 respectively, and Max Nax losing to Lev 9-2, complete stomp, and losing to Asatine 5-9. So definitely not the strongest start for either of them, and yeah, if someone loses that, you really don't want to be at the very last place. After the 3 weeks, it's gonna be super tough to avoid relegation or even stay in the division. Which is quite a
Yeah,
fort. Go ahead.
Yeah, a little surprised to kind of see the start, honestly, for either of these players. Yeah, because I mean, I feel like I don't know, like Max kind of strikes me as someone who could finish like in the top three potentially, and like Beanie like is really like right there with him. And yeah, the kind of that 1 in 12 spy rate is like kind of a major standout because like I know Max is actually like an insanely good spy. I think it's maybe just a little bit unfortunate because he's played some really good snipers who are just kind of really on their game to start out with, but yeah, I kind of expect them to turn this around and like both of them are looking at this as like, okay, this is this is definitely the opportunity to start turning things around right now.
I mean, they if they want to avoid from bound, they kind of have to, honestly. Yeah, it's not a you don't want to start too late, and the time is now. And I think we can go ahead and take a look at the drafts for the Master and the Grandmaster. Just for a reminder, it is first to 9, so best out of 16. We're gonna have a multiplication of the venues. So we have a ban of library and nothing else, no restricts, no other bans. So declining to do that. Whilst we have Highrise, Tan, Veranda, and Balcony, Courtyard, Redwoods from Max Snax and Beanie respectively. And both of them elect to multiply Balcony, so we're gonna have 6 games of Balcony. But as well, Max Snax has delayed it. So Balcony we're gonna have 6 games of Balcony potentially at the very end of the game. Not sure how to feel about that, but that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, I have no words for this draft. Like this is like I'm a notorious just ban balcony every time and don't restrict any like that's my entire thing. So seeing not one but both players multiply it is it's a shock to say the least. I mean, I definitely appreciate the confidence though. Like balcony is kind of one of those. It's one of those venues you play when you just feel like, okay, like I know I'm better than you at balcony, and apparently both of them are having this thought. So I think like Beanie, I could kind of see that he's kind of notorious for just like three greening, and I mean, like how do you really defend that as the sniper side? Um, yeah, Max, I'm kind of interested to see what his strategy is going to be, but yeah, very different mix of venues from what we saw previously for sure.
I mean, balcony is very polarizing. Let's just put it that way. And looking through the other venues, we're gonna see quite a lot of different venues from this set. We haven't seen Highrise, Tien, Veranda. Yeah, these are old venues we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen Highrise, Tien. No, we haven't seen any of these. It's gonna be interesting to see how it's gonna fare out. It's definitely more variety this time, but I think we talked about enough the drafts. We should get into it if you wouldn't mind.
Absolutely. I definitely appreciate the variety. I'm glad I'm not playing in this set and that I'm watching it instead. So it looks like we will be starting things off on Highrise. So looks like Max is going to be spying as Kane in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
We do have the swap on. We have to have either swap or transfer on in this 3 of 6 variety. And we elect to take off fingerprints.
Yeah, I feel like this is probably the most common setup that you see on Highrise. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it personally. Like you kind of have the added benefit that the sniper has to watch the statues. They have to watch for both swaps and inspects. And then you kind of have those instant missions you can do in bug and purloin if ever needed. Um, but yeah, that being said, I feel like it's fairly easy to kind of track like who's been to statues when it's the only soft tell. And other than that, it's really just kind of hard camping the hard tells.
Also, flirt pairing, as we do get a flirt for 34% at the bookshelf.
Yeah, definitely flirt pairing, and I feel like behavioral sniping is probably what plays and a much bigger factor in these kind of venues. Um, like because there's gonna be cases where a guest is gonna finish because that's just kind of how it works on 3 of 6. Like you know there's gonna be people who are in for multiple statue visits and for contact, and yeah, you kind of have to have that behavioralism to just know like if they're a spy or not. And yeah, with that, we're actually going for those inspects pretty early, so we're gonna at least have that avenue for mission completion if we need it later.
Yeah, if we don't fully complete it, this would be a very good. This could be a contact here. Oh, I thought we were gonna try to do for a contact. Unfortunately, the DA leaves.
I thought we were too, because those were some very crowded conversations, and I mean, you're really not going to get a better contact than that. And oh no, we ever so slightly missed the pad. I think we got away with it at least.
Yeah, but we are getting the inspects done, and we go for a green swap.
Yeah, and these are the kind of plays that actually end up kind of working. Because the sniper, of course, they saw us here for the inspect, and they probably checked back to make sure that we didn't swap it ourselves. But yeah, after this contact, we're probably not going to be watching whoever's over there to complete the swap. And
It's Seek here who's trying to guard it.
but we actually leave with the DA and go to finish up the flirt instead. Oh, so we're just going for the silent finish instead.
Uh, that's what it's not seen. That's not. We're only looking at the conversation.
But this is making me a little
This,
nervous because with swap, you kind of want to get to mission one countdown as fast as possible before they notice.
yeah, it has not been seen. The statue has not yet been seen. We have not rotated. But again, the flirt is going to be a problem. We're gonna just have barely enough time to do it.
Yeah, I think the case is it's just such an odd timing for a swap that like Beanie just isn't thinking to look for it. And maybe Max is aware of this and just knows he can just calmly flirt finish. Yeah, definitely a bold choice, but it's working out. Yeah,
Yeah, flirtation
just
cooldown comes
for
off.
just
It
in
is.
time.
Mission overtime is coming. It's immediate challenge to Snax. Okay. I thought that maybe the swap was seen, but I can't imagine so.
Yeah, like the thing is if you see it, you take that shot much sooner. I mean, maybe it was just the fact that we were talking when the overtime started. I'm not sure what else we really could have been credited for. And I mean, maybe it's the fact that we were the only ones who finished inspects. I think that could have played into it as well.
Maybe again flirt pairing as well. We saw the Kane next to Teal at the at the bookcase there, and we're talking near at the end of the game whilst overtime hits, and there's also nothing else happening. So what else could possibly induce overtime here?
But yeah, definitely some Masters gaming when we have to speculate on how they managed to get there. And but yeah, I mean, honestly it was a nice play on the spy side, and it was a nice find on the sniper. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the next round. Looks like Beanie is going to be spying as Salmon in 3, 2, 1, playing it. On AI control for longer than I guess at least I would have expected, but yeah, just kind of sitting in conversation, so not really any need. Um, yeah, getting offered quite early. I don't think we're gonna take it, and I am absolutely wrong. Looks like maybe using this as an opportunity to leave conversation and get some flirt progress.
It's a green test for 51%. And
Yeah,
again,
and
the
maybe
same setup, transfer and fingerprint off.
yeah, same setup. Looks like we're just heading back to the conversation we were originally in, so not trying to get flirt paired too early on. Um, yeah, just not too much really going on yet. But DA does join in with us, so actually this is yeah probably about as good of a contact as you could ever hope for. I think yeah, it doesn't look like anyone was out except for the SDA.
But we're the that leaves us with only 4 reels, and the if you see that the Alice didn't pick up a low light there, you might assume, okay, that's an SD. I have to keep in mind that, so I might have to call to contact the second time to make sure that she's in there.
Yeah, we joined in with the ST for the second time this game. We don't start flirting too quickly, but we do go ahead and get that second flirt. So yeah, Beanie kind of living up to his reputation, hitting all the greens so far. Just see what that last mission will be. We're kind of in an okay position for bug, depending on what the ambassador does, but I don't know.
I
Not,
think we're trying to set it up,
yeah,
but
so we
didn't work out, sadly.
yeah didn't quite work out. We could go for it on a conversation exit, but it's so hard to get a good angle here. Yeah, but yeah, I think it's very clear Beanie is eyeing down bug, and if it doesn't happen, yeah, gonna
A
use
white
Purloin.
purloin. Oh, that we're blocking it thus far. Now it's C, and it's just an instant shot.
Yeah,
Fortunately, there was
unfortunately,
no chain here. That's just an easy shot onto Beanie.
yeah, at Masters, white Purloin equals death with with a few rare exceptions. But yeah, on high rise, Max is gonna find that every time. Yeah, I think we were kind of setting up maybe to try to go for a bug, but like once we realized it wasn't happening, just kind of went for Purloin, and we'd been hitting greens up until that point. Unfortunately, just couldn't continue the trend. And so yeah, after going 1-1 on high rise, we will be going on to Redwoods. And looks like Max will be spying first as Alice in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Again,
Uh,
this time selection target comes to us for 49% flirt. And staying on Redwoods, it's so much harder to track flirt progress.
yeah,
Well,
generally
rather,
that's
flirt progress or flirt pairing. And go for the innocent side inspect. I imagine we're gonna go for another bookshelf later into the game to finish those.
yeah, completely agree. Like on Redwoods, you're using so much attention just to like look for all the normal things. Like you're yeah, really not gonna focus too much on things like flirt. So you could like you potentially could flirt more aggressively, but like even in this case, like our ST joined us, so we don't even really have to worry about that. Like if anything, we might be getting paired with red dress here. Um, yeah, so we go for this contact, and actually this looks like a perfect opportunity for Bug if we can go for that exit while the yeah while he was going for low lights, but it looks like that wasn't the strategy after all. Just taking the known fake and or just taking the fake and just joining in with the ST again.
Yet another contact. That knocks out another couple. Kane could be knocked out here, but okay, now a third one. Okay, now we see Kane here. Okay, Lilith. It's all very nice and all, but that's whittled out the party by basically half. So, and you still have 2 missions done to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the benefit of the extra contacts was. Almost wonder if maybe one of them was by accident and the third one was just a little bit of trolling. I'm not sure, but yeah, like honestly, I thought the first one was actually setting up like a distraction for the bug, but even still, like even with all that, we have like for Redwoods, this is pretty good progress. We have the one statue, we have seduce and contact done. Um, like we can finish up the inspects at any of the front-facing bookcases, but we still have that last mission that we need to figure out.
It's just the problem is with no highlights apart from the cast, and we're gonna go finish inspect. That's just gonna scream alarm bells to the sniper. Oh, we leave. I think we're trying to do a cheese transfer there.
Yeah, I think we
And
were absolutely doing a cheese transfer and just timed it like maybe a one frame a little too early. Um, Nonetheless, Beanie just noticing the etiquette break, even with all those trees blocking the way. I think it was, yeah, maybe just the party had been a little too narrowed down from those contacts earlier.
yeah, we you kind of have to wait until the spy grabs a book in their hands. Our hand was still in the bookcase, not grabbed, and we moved away there. Just I think a couple of tenths of seconds, we grabbed that. But even if that works, even if we grab the book, the only place to put it is the place where we have one statue inspect already. So maybe you just have to, if you want to do the play, maybe you have to try it from the red bookcase, anyways.
You know,
But
like
in
looking
any
at the
case,
it
yeah,
looked
good.
like they had the timing like right. It must have just been like barely too early. Um, but yeah, like you were saying, let's go ahead and move on to the next round. Let's see. Beanie will be spying this round as Tex in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, I think if we come back to the last game, I think even if you manage that play correctly, you still need to find an inspect because even if you bring it to the other bookshelf, you already have an inspect there, so you're not gonna be able to finish it.
Yeah, pretty good point. Definitely a lot of opportunities for the sniper to find the win in that situation. Um, but yeah, Beanie actually elects not to take. Oh, so we do take the flirt, but ST bails just in time. But regardless, we do go ahead and get this fingerprintable bookcase. And yeah, like you know, Prince strong mission in general like feels like a little bit extra strong on Redwoods, where it's just so hard for the sniper to stay on top of all those.
A white test before the seduction comes out with 22%, and yes, this wouldn't be too bad time for a contact here and for a fake. Okay, but again, doing early contacts, it's something that spies will rarely do unless it's a super good opportunity to do so. And why you don't really need that risk. As we're going to the bookcase this time, we can get a couple of inspects here. We do get highlight for it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel like this is one of those venues where you need to be a little extra careful about taking those contacts. You don't really want to give the sniper any extra reason to be staring you down, and here's one reason: because we hit white on that animation transfer, but somehow we survived. So yeah, we have that
Yeah,
in hand.
yeah. The conversation was blocked by the pencil stash here and the ambassador, so I think that was maybe not seen. Of course, it's always hard to interpret. But here comes the contact.
Yeah, so
Couple of
now,
lowlights. That's about it. Oh,
yeah, I
never
mean,
mind. That's a lot of lowlights actually.
but yeah, I mean, much better opportunity to take it after we already have at least one hardtail done. Like the next one is going to be at the far bookcase, which I feel like these are usually a little bit safer because it's a little more out of sight, and you can also like walk it over to the railing and do it there. But yeah, Beanie hits the green this time. I feel like that's probably not going to be noticed. Um, so yeah,
We're
pretty solid opportunities for a win. But the thing is we're actually like really behind on flirt, and we only have a minute left.
The sniper was holding a very wide angle. I thought we were looking for it, but I think we missed the get. We missed it. We do get a green flirt for we put it for 54%. Though it seems
Yes,
Kane is being watched a lot more than us, and
yeah, because this,
that's scary.
yeah, it looks like someone just phased through a. Yeah, did you see that wrestler? Looks like Disney just phased through the side of the door there.
I have to take a look back. Oh wait, yeah, he did. Uh,
I was like, did anyone else see that? I didn't know you could do that.
okay,
Yeah, new tech just
okay.
invented. Ghost ST for the win, and apparently that was enough to get a civilian shot. I think we were like kind of well on our way to win there though, because like we kind of had the option. Like either we could go for the inspect finish or the flirt finish. Like if we hit the grid flirt, I think we always just win in that situation. If we go for the statue, it's I feel like that's giving the sniper a reason to shoot us, even though they missed the transfer. Like they might shoot us just for those other missions completed.
To be honest, I'm only fixated here at this amazing pencil stash tech. I apologize,
I
but
don't blame you.
this is just too brilliant.
Yeah,
Just
and the funny thing is Disney did this exact. He did something similar during one of my matches. He actually stole a statue. I feel like maybe he just has all this extra tech that we just weren't aware of until now.
I am not looking towards that future, but in any case, despite the X file level of shenanigans from Disney, we do get a win, and Beanie's up 3-1, breaking serve.
Yep, first spy win of the set. Actually, pretty well played game overall. Yeah, like even though we got the civ shot, I mean, even though the civ shot happened, I think we were probably always gonna find a finish there. At least if we hit the green flirt. But yeah, now time for Max Snax to try to find a way back in this, and Tayen is probably a good venue to do that. So we'll be spying here as Irish in 3, 2, 1, playing it. So yeah, joining right in with the ST, getting that early flirt for 48, which is the last number. Actually, no, 48 is okay. I believe you still can two flirt from that range. Am I correct on that?
No, you're not correct on
Okay,
that.
well, yeah, I figured it was either just in range or 1% out of range. So yeah, that actually is like the worst number. So
Oh, we
we're
do get a
getting.
reverse bug. We did get a reverse bug, and that looked pretty clean. But then again, in TN, you almost sometimes you have to credit bug for half the party. Though this Shoji setup, I guess it's not the hardest point to guard bug on. And if we got away with that bug and we finish inspects, the sniper is hard mission counter. He might be one short.
Yeah, Max is being super active here, going for this difficult print on top of all the progress that we already have. And yeah, Tan is just kind of like one of those venues where a lot can happen in a very short amount of time, as Max is proving right now. So like all the avenues to winning are open right now. Like we don't even need to contact. I mean, this is kind of one of those things where we can kind of sit back and just see what the party gives us. If I was Max, I would probably be not wanting to go back to statues. I feel like that's one of the ways we get shot here. But yeah, we'll see what he goes for.
We go for a second flirt. It is a 97%, so unfortunately, we're gonna have to three flirt anyways. But yeah, for in this spot, I think imagine we're just still getting bug credit. Vibasta has walked past us like 2 or 3 times once we were not talking, and that almost that just sometimes just screams enough. Okay, you have bug credit, and with that potentially good bug not seen, I think that maybe that position government positioning was a tiny bit of a mistake.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we definitely do have bug credit. The nice thing about Taeyeon though is a lot of people have bug credit right now,
Oh
so we might.
no! Oh
Oh,
no!
oh no, that was not an ideal entry, but we're still alive, so that wasn't seen. Like if that was seen, we just die instantly. So we
Yes,
go
we
ahead and
got a
take the contact.
fingerprint. I think that's the fingerprintable drink.
If
No?
it's a fingerprintable drink, we're definitely taking our time with taking it. Yeah, so
Oh,
like we took a book and a drink that I guess were neither fingerprintable. Like I
yeah.
think
No, that was not fingerprintable. I think that's. I saw Ambassador holding a drink. I thought that was still a fingerprintable one, but it seems not.
yeah, this is a little unfortunate because I feel like this is one of those situations where most fingerprints are just gonna win at this moment. Briefcase might be a little iffy, but I feel like most fingerprints are probably okay. But we're
Ambassador's not
probably
putting any.
I think
We
yeah
have to go
we're
for an
just
inspect.
yeah we're getting forced back to statues, and this is the best way for Beanie to to find the right shot because late statues are always just very spy like. And yeah, um, finds a shot. Feel a little bad for Max because it was a pretty good start, and I think there were some ways to finish, but yeah, I guess the fingerprints were just getting smudged a little too quickly to take advantage of.
Yeah, did we just miss the? I want to see when the ambassador took the drink here. So okay, small man. Oh yeah, we just missed it. If white dress doesn't pick there, we're gonna have at least a difficult one to do, and maybe we win. But if we hit it, but unfortunately not the case. And the ambassador not leaving any fingerprints behind either. Maybe we could have gone for this case here. Actually, it is a bold decision. Try to go for this case at the 25 second mark. But even then, Tex is gunning it for it, so we might not even get it. And late center statues that just scream spy like. And yeah, Beanie finds the crit shots.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next round. Looks like Beanie is going to be spying as small man this time. In three, two, one, playing it. So the first player to hit the emergency small man button is Beanie, and it's on N, and that is a scary, scary situation.
If I feel like if you're playing Smallman, if you go anywhere near to the back, you could just get an instant highlight. Just because he's so invisible sometimes there, especially in this Shoji setup, the alternating one, like
Oh
the
no,
left, right, left.
we go for a reverse drive-by, but the ambassador doesn't path the way that we were hoping, and it doesn't take. Luckily, we're small men though, so I think none of that was seen.
I like how it's okay. We just made a slight mislay there. Luckily, we're Smallman on TN, so it's fine.
Yep, that's the advantage of small men. And yeah, you're right. If you ever go in that back conversation, you deserve to be highlit, and you should be shot for like basically 2 missions. Because yeah, no one wants to deal with small men dancing with with overtime hitting. But yeah, actually we're doing pretty solid on flare progress.
Here we go. There's the Smallman highlights. I think we
Yeah,
finally
there it
noticed
comes.
him. At the end.
Yeah, well deserved for being small men and existing. Those are always suspicious. Always a suspicious combination. Go for an innocent watch check, and we're getting offered. Let's see if we no, so we don't go for that. Go for this briefcase instead. Probably the safer option.
It's not a fingerprintical one though, and yeah, not a lot of progress. I mean, TN is a very mission dense venue, so a lack of progress doesn't. Oh, that's just an immediate shot. Whoa. Okay, I imagine inspects plus buck credits.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and see what Kane did exactly. Let's see here.
So Kane had side inspects.
Side inspects.
Oh, fingerprints. Yeah, side inspects into double fingerprints.
Yeah, maybe a little, maybe some bug credit somewhere along the way. Not too sure, but yeah, I feel like at least with the pacing so far, maybe Beanie got a little bit lucky with that one because still pretty far from a finish. But yeah, unfortunately,
Maybe if that was the center statue, I think that's still an early shot because even if there's bug and fingerprint credit, I guess if there's a bug and fingerprints, you might need to shoot. The Yeah, that's maybe actually a good shot. Actually, even though it's not the wrong one, it's definitely a good one. And with that, Nebula, your score sheet is incorrect. It is 3 to. I think it's 5. 5. It's 4-2. Oh yeah, definitely. That's why they had 3-1 the last game. Sorry, I have to discipline the. Wait, is
hey,
it? Wait, is it 4-2 or 5-1 actually?
I think it's 5-1 if I'm not mistaken, because I think Beanie just swept that, did he not? Yeah, he did. I
Yep.
think.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
5-1 actually. You're correct.
Okay, but yeah, like you mentioned, pretty reasonable shot, even though it didn't turn out being right. So with that, moving on to Courtyard, looks like Max is going to be spying this time as Pearls in three, two, one, playing it. And yeah, we are behind. We need to make something happen. Like Courtyard, it's really not the greatest venue for winning as a spy, especially on 4-7. But I think I think Max is gonna try to make something happen here for sure.
Yeah, the 4-7 variant. So it's almost the eternal question: what's the fourth mission?
Yeah, I mean it to me it always comes down to distraction. Like you really just have to do that last mission at a time when like the sniper is kind of overloaded, which is usually like within the last usually late in the game, like either late in the game or just early enough that they're not expecting like a swap or something. Um, Based on our pace, we're probably looking for we're probably like only doing like a late rush here because like we have actually no progress. Um, if if I'm down 5-1, I'm not gonna time out and hope for a civ shot. I'm probably gonna try to force missions, but I guess it is an option to just kind of wait around and let the party pick up their own progress.
Uh, we're okay. We are finally getting some progress, at least 34% on the flirt. But
Yeah,
I
so we
yet
do.
I don't like this super much, if I'm to be honest. Because I don't feel like you want to put pressure by just trying to. You want to put pressure by just trying to be active as spy. These games where nothing is happening. Oh, I thought we were gonna go for a bug here, but that was a nice stop actually. Don't
Yeah,
mind it.
it did kind of feel like an opportunity for like a collision bug. I think like the only problem is like on Courtyard you don't really know like what angle they're holding. So like it could either be good or terrible depending on that angle. Um so we get the contact. It is a fake, so I mean, yeah, it's still pretty behind on progress, but like we're far from being a big suspect.
Yeah, but not a big suspect. We just don't have anything left. We don't have anything in hand. We only have 66% of the flirt.
Yeah, only about a minute left. I think okay, so we finally enter into statues and we get about the worst statue entry that we could have hoped for, but only get a highlight for it, which is
It
a lot better than it could have gone.
is a fingerable statue, though.
Yeah, so that actually is a route to finishing. Um, Fingerprints is nice, especially when the sniper like isn't aware that you have the fingerprint. Problem is though, is like have you been paying attention? Like, do you know where the other prints on the venue are?
Oh, we just bail immediately into statues.
Yeah,
But
and I
I
think we're
think we
forced
were.
to. Like,
Yeah,
okay, so this one's also fingerprintable, and so here's the thing: do we flirt or do we just take a swap here? Looks
we
like
have to
he
take
up.
a swap, but even then, we don't hit the difficult prints. It's gonna be a timeout.
Oh no, unfortunate.
We tried to go for a purloin here, and we just ran out of time before that.
Yeah, that is very unlucky. I wonder, like, if we had gone in for flirt, I wonder if Beanie would have been able to find the shot. I guess we'll never know. Um,
We were
so yeah,
staring down Queen at the very end game there, though. That's the thing. We weren't we weren't being looked at all, basically.
yeah, that's kind of what I was alluding to earlier. Like late in the game, you're looking for all these finishes, and like that's kind of the time you can get away with stuff. Unfortunately, like the pacing just put us like barely out of reach to get to mission one countdown there.
Yeah, I was safety off at Queen at the 5 seconds left, and if that purloin hits, actually, I imagine that would be a shot. But you're just barely too late, and maybe that's just a byproduct of being too slow at the early start. But Beanie thus far is running over it with 6-1.
Yep. With that, let's go ahead and move into the next round. Looks like Beanie is going to be spying this time as Boots in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Yeah, so with a lead like this, you're feeling pretty comfortable. Like even if Beanie, gets sniped here, it's really not a big deal.
Oh, we go for a fake BB. We go for a BB and then we bail. Oh,
Yes.
I think we want to go for a floor, but that just lets off. Oh, dearie me. We have 5 people left. 30 seconds into the venue.
Yeah, and surprisingly, we like even though we split like immediately, we didn't become one of those lowlights. So good on Max to at least be aware of that. Like usually, like BB splits that early in the game can really catch people off guard because no one's like really expecting it. Yeah, so Max actually just kind of really took full advantage of that contact, getting all those low lights and still having the spy as a neutral.
Yeah, and have 6 people left, and when you have only 6 people left, even those neutral lights feel like death. We get a first floor for 51%, but I feel like anyone even close to finishing or acting like the spy is going to be shot here. That's super unfortunate.
But yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, like Beanie's in a good situation where he can make plays like that, and if it doesn't work, it's really
Oh, we
not that
go
big of
for
a
a
deal.
reverse drop out gov, and it's an immediately seen and shot. Max Snax finally gets another one on the board. It's 6-2.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I definitely don't blame Beanie for trying there, especially on a very sniper-sided venue like that. But yeah, Max, not going down without a fight. And with that, we are moving on to Veranda.
Yeah, that's I'm looking at this bug from the replay, and yeah, we're just quite literally waving at the sniper, just like, "Hey, I'm here," and we get shot.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely one of those things that kind of makes it hard to bug on Courtyard because like you're never quite sure what angle they're holding at any given moment. Um, but yeah, with that, looks like Max gonna kick things off here on Veranda as Kane in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Yeah, really haven't seen much of Veranda this tournament, so kind of excited to see what the master level strats look like here. Probably, maybe not too much different than what we would expect on Library, because Sniper can't quite see everything. They can actually get a pretty good vantage point of the venue, but you really can't see everything at once here.
You definitely you don't cannot see you can't see everything at once, and for certain angles you do have to rotate quite a bit. It's not definitely as extreme. So most of the time the sniper will hold this kind of like a neutral angle where you can see mostly both of the sides. And it's a 5 out of 8 setup.
Yeah, these are like some very full conversation, or at least they were full conversations. But like, yeah, you really don't want to like on a very long venue like this, you probably don't want to take that early contact. So yeah, going to these side bookcases, and actually we have a lot of cover here if we wanted to go for an animation transfer. I wonder how
We are
close
doing
we were being
it.
looked at. Oh, we
Oh,
hit a
the head.
white, but I think we're okay here.
Yeah, the head turn is visible if you're looking at it, but all the party is basically hanging out on the other sides, and we just had enough cover to do it. Toby, Ambassador was in danger. Toby was being had an offer to someone, and yeah, I think we get away with it. 59% on the floor. We do go for a bug. It is taken.
Yeah, really really opportunistic bug. I feel like yeah, I mean that really just comes down to like how hard was the sniper guarding that. Like our conversation kind of looked pretty innocent because it was just us and Seek there before the ambassador
Oh,
joined
there's a
us.
Renewing Purloin. We're wasting no time. We want to get to mission count as fast as possible, actually.
Yeah, respect to Max for just going for it. Like, some people when they're down a lot, they might slow down, but he's
Here's the
no,
Purloin.
he's speeding up actually.
in the end of red.
So we
Here's the
hit the
fake.
contact. Yeah, and if the purloin wasn't seen before, that kind of gives an extra time for the trade to go around a little bit, and it's just going to make the sniper even more confused once he sees that the purloin's gone. And that's what we
I
want. Like we just want that not to be traced back to us at the end of this.
think was seen though after Rocker there, though it definitely was visible. I should say. Of course, if the sniper has noticed it, it's a different story. We don't have insights into that, but it definitely
Ye-
was visible after Rocker took the list.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, maybe it'll slightly work out to our favor that we didn't have real contact. So yeah. I mean, I don't know how much of that chain was seen, but at least like we're not. At least we don't have that mission credit for now. But yeah, this is one of those things. It's like okay, I have 2 hardtails done, like, but I still have to do 2 more missions on top of this. Uh, like I'd kind of be afraid to go to statues, but it's like I think we. Oh no, we still have half of the transfer to do. Yeah, I think just transfer and contact is really all we need to do at this point.
Yeah,
But like,
but Yeah, they are we gonna try to maybe introduce some other mission? It's not likely. You can't really complete inspects without looking too suspicious, especially if you're in a purloin chain. Swap is also, I think, a bit too greedy.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have to do this transfer. Just the thing is like how like we need to do this in a way that we can't really be easily seen. Yeah, so we
Here's
take the
the real
contact first,
contact. Yeah. But
and maybe
unfortunately, but the only our conversation had real. The other two SDAs are out. Max, if Beanie notices us, that could lead to a potential shot here.
yeah, you're absolutely right. Like if there was a second contact like that late, I would definitely be looking at that one as the real contact.
Oh, we are
Um,
being rotated on to watch the transfer here.
but it's possible that Beanie thought like that contact was just being used to hide something. Like maybe he was looking for a bug. Oh, and he
We
does it behind the conversation. Oh, you do not see that happen very often. Did we actually just get away with this?
this would be a very fast putback. Here you go. It's
Yeah,
putback
but
mission countdown, but it's
don't have a
definitely
choice though.
seen. Max Snax has reached mission overtime, but it's not enough, and Beanie takes his 7 points.
Oh man, I loved that spy game, even though it didn't quite work out. That was really nice, a really nice attempt at hiding the transfer. But yeah, with that, let's go ahead and move on to the next round. Looks like we're gonna have Beanie spying as Disney in three. Oh, gotta wait for the host to catch up real quick. All right, three, two, one, playing it. Yeah, so that's
I
like kind of one. Or go ahead.
I would say if you're Beanie, you just want to keep the if you have this big lead, you just want to keep pressure on the sniper ever. You don't want to have to let them have an easy game, basically. You don't want to do
Yeah,
something too adventurous right out of the gates, maybe.
yeah, I completely agree. Cause like no matter what, this is gonna be a long set, and it's gonna end on balcony. So like you kind of want them to be more fatigued than you are once you get to that point. And yeah, having to camp like an entire round of Veranda is one way to do that. um, but yeah, it's just tough. Like as Max showed, like you can get away with a lot on Veranda, but like the fact that you have to do 5 missions means like the sniper always has a way to get back into it. Um, but yeah, as expected, Beanie just kind of taking it a little slow this time, and yeah, I definitely don't blame him for that strategy.
We failed the first flirt, unfortunately. It was a red test. It's this time it's a white for 34%.
Yep, just taking that early flirt. Yeah, really no need to force things. I mean, you can kind of just sit and watch. You can watch, see where the ambassador leaves you some prints, like see if any other party goers are doing missions.
We do
And yeah,
request, though.
yeah, we do request. I
Okay, is
wonder.
that a fingerprint gold one? Maybe a difficult one I didn't actually get a notice of.
Yeah, ambassador is holding a glass, so it would not surprise me if it was. But no, no fingerprint taken, so just gonna get some flirt progress instead.
85%. It would be nice if there was at least difficult one there. That would, um, though. Oh, we do go try to go for a bug. Unfortunately, it doesn't take.
Yeah. Oh, we were trying to do a twitch bug. I see. So he is in range for a standing bug at least, but probably maybe a little unsafe to go for a standing bug at the single. And yeah, sniper was pretty on top of it as well.
The unfortunate doesn't hit, and they only have flirt done. I imagine we're gonna try to do this contact as soon as we enter. The conversations are relatively full. Again, the only two SDAs are in, so only a couple of people of reals. It's actually just 4 people of real contact. Twin
Yeah,
Queen, us, and Rocker.
yeah. From the spy perspective, it looked like a great contact. Like Beanie's probably thinking like, okay, a ton of people probably have credit right now, but didn't quite work out that way. I mean, nonetheless, I still think like our pacing is pretty good here. It's giving Max plenty to think about, and we
Oh, it's
finally
a
pick
green
up a highlight
swap,
just for going to statues.
and it's an immediate green swap. I wonder that was just a misclick. I imagine so. our action priority, as we call it, and go for it. If we have a green swap pending, at the front of the conversation, it looks like Queen is gonna get pulled, and we're going ahead and finishing Inspecs at the back there. And
Yeah, it would.
I think this is being kept watched on. Yeah, it is definitely seen. Max Snax on top of it, shoots Beanie, and is down 4 heading into triple balcony.
Yeah, I think that's kind of one of the downsides of going for swap against. Like, if you know your opponent is highlighting for single statue visits, it kind of makes plays like that a little. Well, I'll say a much higher risk because they're gonna remember that you were there, and
I think
yeah,
unfortunately that was just a miss. Maybe that was just an action, but because we did agree swap instantly as we entered. Maybe we were just maybe that was a play indeed. Maybe I'm just wrong about it, but it felt a bit like an action priority here where we just wanted to inspect, instead we swap. But in any case, time to move on to the most polarizing part of this whole set. Some people love it, some people hate it, but everyone is gonna have to watch it. Is the triple balcony, and we're gonna start with Max Snax playing a Smallman in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
yep. Here is the moment we've all been waiting for, and who better to start things off than Smallman? Um, yeah. Kind of funny thing is like Smallman is someone that you're kind of likely to put in the cast just so like they have to constantly watch for bug, but we actually just go ahead and decide to play Smallman instead. So we're going to be the ones that are constantly being watched. So hopefully our flirt timings aren't too spy-like. But unfortunately, you start things off with a white, which is always just instantly a bad start on balcony.
That's a bit unfortunate. Though, as small men, we do have an opportunity, better than most characters, to do a bug on balcony. It's obviously somewhat risky, as per norm, but if the spellper not watches it and the master joins between General and us here, that could be just a bug between us.
Yeah, between us or basically anywhere in the back part of the conversation, because we can just walk behind his massive body and bug. The thing is like that'll surely get credited. But yeah, if he was to the but yeah, between him and general, that could have just gone completely unseen. Um, yeah, we take this like almost drink grab as an opportunity to leave the
We join
conversation.
right in and we bug on the way in.
Yeah, we do, and that was like about as invisible as it gets. And we flirt finish, which is a very strong way to finish on balcony, completely silent, which
Banana bread.
no one is ever really going to
Oh,
expect.
and the third BM did banana bread as well, just just to make it 3 out of 3. Yeah, that's what the bug what I was talking about. Though I think that might be not the most correct of entries, at least depth-wise it seems. But yeah, that bug is basically invisible. You don't see the startup animation. Maybe you barely see here, but you can barely see like a couple pixels between the legs of the ambassador here, at least from this angle of the sniper. Even if you rotate you have to rotate all the way out to get a better look at that bug, at least the snapback for it. And yeah,
Yeah, I love it. I mean, Max just immediately throws down the gauntlet and says like, "Hey, you might have been beating me up on those other venues, but we're on balcony now." So yeah, Max trying to make Beanie regret his choice. So let's see if Beanie can answer on the spy side here. So it looks like Beanie is going to be spying as Kane in 3, 2, 1, playing it. And yeah, that's like, I mean, that's a really good start because, I mean,
oh,
bug finishes on balcony are quite rare. Oh yeah, we pick up this highlight immediately. What was? Maybe you could tell me what was that for?
I think maybe it's just an enemy talking flirt pair because we're being paired with small men here. Those the highlights, especially on balcony, are sometimes quite flexible, even lowlights. Though that depends on the player. But highlights especially tend to be quite fluid on balcony. But just the fact of being paired with small men here could be a distance, especially since it's not a green flirt. If you have if you get paired like this and you hit a 3 green game, The small man comes to us though.
Yeah, that was probably the best thing that could have happened in this game. And looks like we were going for that briefcase, but no, just gonna join Ambassador on this side, and yeah, we can finish this flirt anytime we want to. And like, how is the sniper gonna find this shot? Because like, since since Smallman came to us, like nothing we're doing really looks spy like so far. And we hit the green just to cap things off.
Highlights for white banana bread, it seems. But the highlight stays on us. We would go for mission. It is a floor. Mission cooldown does come up. But Maxnax finds the correct shot. Shoots down the spy. And it's only down 2 heading into the last 4 balcony games.
And how in the world did he find this shot? Because to me, that looked like the most sure thing spy finish that I've like ever seen. I think I don't know. Max must be noticing something that I'm not here.
Yeah, it seems like the highlight was before even the first stock, though we were in AI control at the time, which is a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, we were the first ones talking. That's really it. Like I don't know. Like I'm guessing Max just kind of has a system. Like he's probably a venue he feels very comfortable with. But yeah, I could only guess as to how he found that shot.
Yeah, and with that, Max Snax a bit of a comeback down from 7-2. Now 7-5, playing as Kane this time. Maybe to show how Beanie how to do it correctly this time in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Actually, one of the other things that I've been of notice, for some players actually balcony could be a very good pathing venue as well. Just because if you get a couple of lowlights from pathing on this venue is especially brutal, since there are so few guests in it.
Yeah, it definitely can be. If that's the case, like no one's really showing their hand if that's what's going on, because I don't see like any lowlights being taken, but maybe just kind of like mentally taking note of who's taking either good or bad paths. But yeah, I mean that's great start for Max so far, and probably feels great knowing that we're spending the rest of the game on this venue, and actually electing not to take any actions yet. Like we could have at least taken a okay, so we do finally take a 25% flirt across conversation, but not exactly what we're looking for.
We leave as we were being interrupted. Oh, we'll go for a bug here.
Yeah, don't tell me he's about to get away with 2 bugs in a row on balcony, because that's like almost unprecedented. But these are actually really good bugs though. Like I don't think I would have spotted either of these.
I mean, 35 seconds left. We're we are due for a contact any time now. Fortunately, a couple of people are out, which that makes that not so great.
Yeah, I think he's waiting to at least see where Irish is gonna land after this briefcase put down. And yeah, now it seems like the correct time to go ahead and just take it.
Yeah, there's the white contact. And we're the only ones, and that's an instant shot. I think that bug was credited then.
It had to
But
be because like I don't think there's anyone we could have been finishing flirt with.
yeah, and maybe it was just a shot for white contact also.
Yeah, I mean
It's not likely. Okay, we see that Irish enters and then immediately Kane talks here and the contact happens. So you assume, okay, it's not likely Irish. So
yeah,
maybe the bug was slightly. I guess the bug was credited, but also I think for a white pearl in there as well.
yeah, I think it's slightly possible that we could have been finishing flirt with Smallman, but I'm not quite sure. I think most likely the bug was suspected, and yeah, Beanie was just waiting for contact.
Beanie is on match point though, 8-5. Max Snax needs 3 games in a row to get a tie, and them being on balcony. Thus far, it worked for Snags, but let's see if it works for the last 3 of them. Beanie looking to close things out as Seek in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm Beanie. I'm like thinking last round was like about as good of a spy game as I could have done. So like, what do you do differently this time around? It's a little bit of a questionable path to start things off with, but I think we're okay.
Mm. Uh, and nothing happening thus far. Well, at least in terms of and we pick up a highlights. I did not see this coming. We didn't even talk. We didn't get any floor progress done.
Yeah, not quite sure. Yeah, it's one of those things like balcony. It's just one of those like it's kind of hard to tell what any particular sniper is thinking.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
that's
we
just an instant shot. Pardon to
yeah.
interrupt.
Oh no, no worries at all. Yeah, white contact as a highlight though. I guess that is shootable. Like especially if you really know like the animations.
I want to take a look at what beforehand what was possibly. Oh, uh, okay, that's a bit of an awkward path. I mean, tapping out Toby is nice, but oh yeah, that looked super awkward at the end there. I don't think there's any reason to go that around to the corner there. I don't know if
Okay.
Nebula maybe is also agreeing here. I don't know, but that seems the reason, more or less.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess Max just kind of pretty aware of the
Oh
pathing on
yeah,
balconies.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Also, we're interjecting Dame, which is absolutely unacceptable, as I'm hearing from the host in the background.
Yeah, gotta respect Damon, even though he's not the best security guard. Still gotta at least respect his space.
Not the best is quite being generous, I think, the vernacular. But in any case, uh, Max Snax survives one game. He needs a couple of more. And what other better character to do that other than Smallman? Starting in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, surely we don't go for a bug 3 times in a row. That would just be crazy. Yeah, just innocently.
Instead, we just go at time, which is
Okay,
even more crazy.
yeah. Speaking of things that like you never see on balcony, like especially in a competitive game, a time ad, and that was just a white time ad. So like, we should just die here, honestly. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like Beanie might just not be expecting it, because like, why would you go for a time ad?
I
Yeah,
think he's so rattled currently. Duke was out of conversation and he wasn't even low lit. I think we're just like, okay, the top mat happened. Okay, when, who, and how? I mean, it's just like, okay, and he even forgot to low light Duke here, who was out of conversation.
yeah.
I
So I
think
think
we're
it was.
just currently so rattled that it's just like, okay, who the hell did this and why did they do this?
Yeah, I mean, I might be forgetting, but I feel like it was just us in general at the windows, so it should be quite narrowed down. But yeah, like I was saying, like time has just really catch you off guard. Like you don't really feel like you should be memorizing things like who was at window pads at the start, because it's such an uncommon occurrence. The thing is though, like when you get a time ad, you kind of want to get some flirt progress. Like we're not doing that. I think we're just gonna hope that someone else finishes flirt and gets shot in this extra time.
And balcony is one of those places where, especially if you had at 45 seconds, and if General keeps talking here, because we do hit a 51% flirt, if General just keeps talking, eventually we're just gonna have to, okay, with that time, man, I assume you just have to be done at some point. And there's no way you would time out and just do nothing.
Yeah, this is working out quite well actually. Like we waited so long to do our first flirt, but it actually puts us in 2 flirt range. So we have like multiple avenues of winning this. Yeah, what seemed like an absolutely insane play is looking like it could very easily turn into a win here. Yeah, I feel like he considered bugging there, but I thought better of it.
Instead, the DA gets shot, and Max Snax is only one game away from match point. The I guess that was just assumed floor chase at the windows by Sari here, next to Kane here, and was she at windows at the? I guess not, but I guess if you miss the time, you just don't know. Okay, who was at Windows at the start? Like, what the hell happens?
Yeah, I think it was just missed entirely. So yeah, a little unlucky for Beanie, and yeah, I mean that's yeah, I mean just really aggressive play for Max is just paying off. Like really unorthodox play, I'll say on the spy side is paying off very well. And I mean just like that, we've narrowed down what was like a huge margin earlier. Like we're only one game away. So yeah, Beanie that's spying this time as sorry. In three, two, one, playing it.
And at this point, I assume you're kind of regretting the multiplication for balcony if you're Beanie, because this far this venue has not worked out for you.
Yeah, like I don't blame him for like thinking this is a good venue because like this is probably one of those venues where like he can just three green and just beat people fairly easily. He feels pretty confident on the sniping side, but Max seems like he is like very well prepared for this venue. Like he's coming with all kinds of crazy strategies that you just don't really see on balcony, and it's working out. But speaking of which, we start off with a very nice contact. It's a green, and everybody's in for it.
Yeah, especially when everybody's in for it, and oh, Kane here leaving me going very acting very spell because we do hit a full out for 51%, and our talk is being covered mostly by Kane here. I was saying Kane was doing a very spy-like play where we go to windows, basically wait out the floor time, we go in and then immediately flirt.
Yeah, and I like how Beanie waited on that flirt because usually like after a contact, like especially after a green contact, like spies cannot wait to go ahead and like get that next flirt in. But Beanie was smart to like let some of the other guests talk first and just take a pretty natural looking flirt. Um, Problem is our ST has moved and we're no longer in two flirt range, so not quite sure how we're gonna get to mission one countdown without without moving out of range here.
We do take a flirt for 78%, but unless there's the Sith shot here, this is going to be a timeout for Beanie. We do go for a fake BB
Oh,
for
that was
no
almost a bug
particular
opportunity.
reason. For no particular reason. Everyone else already had real content, and that's just unfortunate. Just a timeout for Beanie, and Max Snax able to pull it back into a tie, 8-8.
Yeah, I cannot believe this went to a tie, and that was actually yeah, that's actually the last game, wasn't it?
Indeed, that was the last game. That was a very nice hold since Kane was acting very suspiciously at the end there. Maybe an opportunity missed here for a bug at the end game, but again, that's hard to know in the space. And but maybe with 7 seconds, you just kind of have to go for it since it's not likely that anyone's gonna get shot here. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that is an unbelievable comeback though. I mean, even like I don't know, like I mean, Max clearly had like a bit of an edge there, but like there were just so many rounds where I was just so sure that Beanie was going to win one way or another. But I mean, Max was just like really on his game for the last portion of this match.
yeah, and with that, we can take a look at the standings thus far. Unfortunately, uh, for both of them, they're still. I mean, 1 point is definitely better than no points, but still, they're near the bottom of the leaderboards. And three people are with 4 points. Four people with 4 points, and three of them have not yet played their third match. We've left Yastina, Fate, and Guggy. So some of them's eventually going to be pulled away, so we might have a situation here where being a Max, even like multiple ones, might not be able to. They kind of really needed this one for both of them sakes, and unfortunately, a tie is not the best result.
Yes, I mean, like with the amount of games left, they're probably not like in any position to to gun for the championship match or anything like that. I mean, still can finish somewhere comfortably in the middle, but obviously they need to start getting some wins. But I mean, still, I mean, just really nice games from both. Really strong play. Enjoyed watching the games, and yeah, I mean, look forward to seeing the rest of their games moving forward.
Yeah, I think with that said, it's time to close out the stream. Um, if you're looking for more of this tournament, we're gonna have another cast tomorrow, starting at the same time, yes, I'm looking at the cast. It's gonna be at the same time tomorrow as we start, so 10 p.m. Eastern European Standard Time. So be around for that. It's gonna be Blood Red Yeti versus Hornet in the Topaz division, and Emerald. Sorry, yep, Emerald. My bad. And Robert Sopri in the Grandmaster division. And with that said, I want to thank Nebula for hosting this and being an awesome tournament organizer. I want to thank Hornet for joining me.
Absolutely. Yep. Thanks everyone for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the matches and looking forward to seeing you next time.
But until then, fare thee well.